Behavioral marketing and customer segmentation are important strategies for any inbound marketer. Let's meet a marketer who effectively implements these strategies in their daily work.
My name is Scott Fay. I'm the Vice President Digital Marketing Manager at HomeTrust Bank. HomeTrust is a mid-sized regional community bank with over 30 branches across 4 states and the American Southeast. We serve personal customers, we serve business customers, and we serve commercial customers. We've got about a 7 or 8 person marketing team, and so we're really lean, but we get a lot of things done.
Behavioral marketing and customer segmentation are not only relevant to large corporations. If you're a marketer for a small business or a mid-sized company, you can find ways to be intentional with using data to understand your customers more and communicating with them more effectively. Learn how Scott and his team got started.
Behavioral marketing and customer segmentation for us usually starts with a question. What if? What if there was a way to let our teams in the branches know when a customer had clicked through an email or was showing interest in an offer on one of our landing pages?
Scott and his team implemented the 5 fundamental steps for integrating behavioral marketing and customer segmentation into their processes. Remember, our 5 steps are to define the interactions you want to track, implement tracking, analyze and report how people are behaving on your website, use this information to segment your contacts, use your segmentation to nurture.
So our sales cycle is long, so we really needed to find customers showing intent to apply for a loan. I broke that down into interactions we knew HubSpot could help us track as the customer moved through our campaign. We send email first, so email interactions like opens or clicks on a call to action button were my first stop. The next interaction happens on a landing page, so what behaviors could HubSpot help us track there? Clicks, time on page, page views. Those were all great interactions to consider. We also needed to find a way to gauge or to quantify intent. Applying for a loan online isn't like buying shoes. Using a combination of customers who clicked on the email CTA button and then setting a threshold of how many times a customer actually visited the page but didn't click through on the call to action button, all of those signals allowed us to define that intent.
Scott and his team examined the data provided by the tool they were already using and determined what would be most useful considering their campaign and goals. They defined the interactions to track across email marketing and their landing page that would help them gain insight on customer intent.
So my go-to for implementing tracking is to create a test list in HubSpot. Lists are great because they're flexible. You can let them run for a few days and see what comes back. If the data the test returns isn't exactly meeting your needs, it's easy to adjust filters, add or subtract properties, and really dial in the mix that you need. Previously, we had built this type of behavioral marketing using what I call bubblegum, duct tape, and soda straws, where we used the platforms that we had on hand, kind of tied them all together with Zapier, and then delivered those notifications to an internally built platform. It wasn't elegant, but it worked.
Scott and his team used the list tool within HubSpot to track the interactions they had defined as relevant to their campaign. Whether you are cobbling together multiple platforms or have found a singular system that works for you, the point is to attain the data you deemed pertinent.
Because our products aren't impulse purchases, there are not many people who are just going to fill out a loan application on a whim. We knew most of the visitors to the landing page would bounce, but the ones who were interested were going to come back. Finding the right number of page visits, where it wasn't right away and we're emailing you the second you land on the page, like that wasn't right. And then if that number was too high, we weren't going to have enough customers in that segment. So looking at those different criteria through lists and reports, those helped us land at the magic number of 3 page views.
Understanding the general trends of behavior within their industry, Scott and his team analyzed user interaction with their website and reported on those who visited their landing page multiple times. They set a number that would allow them specificity and segmentation without excluding a majority of customers.
Based on what we learned in our analysis, I built a workflow with triggers that matched the test list of customers who clicked through the email, visited the landing page 3 times, but didn't click on that call to action button on the landing page. This would automatically enroll anyone who met those criteria into our 2-part follow-up in our nurture cycle.
Scott and his team utilized the workflows tool to enroll segments of customers into campaigns that were customized to their behavioral patterns.
Customers who enrolled in this segment were nurtured in 2 ways. First, a personalized email was sent nudging them towards applying online or contacting their banker to apply. The second way was through a notification email sent to their banker telling them to schedule a follow-up call with the customer.
After segmenting their customers, Scott and his team attributed specific nurturing actions for the marketing and sales teams. Scott and his team achieved remarkable results using the 5 steps.
The use of behavioral marketing and segmentation improved the results of our campaign considerably. We went from a 0.5% response rate without any type of behavioral triggers to as high as a 2.3% response rate with them. We also got some great feedback from our bankers telling us how incredibly helpful it was to know not only who to reach out to, but when. The additional nurturing we did in the email to the customers also helped make that a really warm phone call for our bankers.
Consider how you might apply these 5 steps into your industry. What interactions do you need to track? How would you begin tracking those interactions? How would you analyze and report on the data you gain? How would you use your analysis to segment your contacts? And how would you use segmentation to nurture? Integrating these steps into your process will allow you to utilize behavioral marketing and customer segmentation more effectively so you can attract, engage, and delight your customers.